Have you ever stopped to think about how to bring the life you've always dreamed of into reality? Is there some kind of magical elixir that could unlock all the struggles and hurdles life throws at us? Well, as we dive into this, just keep in mind that true transformation happens when we raise our own energy. It's like tuning your inner frequency to vibe with what you truly want. Now listen to this. Einstein said it best, right? A problem cannot be solved at the same level at which it was created. In other words, you've got to rise above it, find a whole new level where the solution is hiding. Picture this change like tuning your internal radio, dialing into a higher frequency. It's like catching a different wavelength, one that opens up new realms of possibility. That's what we call channeling. Channeling is like a doorway to a different world, one where information flows effortlessly, without hitting the limits of our everyday thinking. It's like tapping into a cosmic hotline where wisdom pours in, guiding you in ways you can't even imagine. Think of your mind as a radio receiver. You know how you can pick up all kinds of stations? Well, when you channel, your mental frequency shifts and you start picking up on a whole new vibe. We slip into the gamma frequency, a zone where things happen fast, like 40 to 100 cycles per second. It's like stepping into a brand new dimension, one where answers are waiting for you, ready to be discovered. It's kind of like when you turn the dial on a radio to get a better signal. Channeling works the same way. You adjust your mental dial to tap into the universe's wisdom, a place where solutions aren't just ideas. They're flowing, abundant, and waiting for you to catch them. So, what is channeling, really? It's the art of aligning yourself with these higher frequencies, letting the symphony of the universe play in harmony with your deepest desires and intentions. But here's the kicker. Channeling doesn't play by the rules of time or space. It's timeless. It bridges the gap between what we know and what we don't, the mysterious and the familiar. Imagine a moment when time just seems to stop. Everything around you fades, and there's nothing but the hum of the universe connecting you to something bigger. That's the gamma state. You can slip into it when you're doing something you love, or even just by diving into deep meditation. In this state, the world as you know it kind of disappears. All that's left is a vibrant energy, one that links you straight to profound insights. As we set off on this journey, here's something to keep in mind. Everything, and I mean everything, comes down to resonance. Think of it like a grand symphony, where each note only harmonizes with the ones that match its melody. You can't force a piano to sing like a violin, right? The same goes for energy. When we shift into the gamma state, we're tuning ourselves to a very specific station, one that plays at a higher, more refined frequency. And here's where the magic kicks in. When we hit that alignment, something incredible happens. We don't just passively receive information, we attract it, pulling in knowledge, insights, and even opportunities that match this elevated state. Just like adjusting the dial on an old radio, our minds pick up only the signals that resonate with the station we've set. Picture it as a dance of vibrations, each movement a note in an intricate cosmic choreography. Raising your vibration isn't just about thinking happy thoughts or reciting affirmations. It's about syncing your whole being with the rhythm of the universe. It's in the way you live, the way you feel, the way you move with passion and purpose instead of stumbling through the motions. Now, let's dive deeper. Imagine a vast, unseen reservoir, an endless source of wisdom, flowing straight from something far beyond human comprehension. Some call it divine consciousness. Whatever name you give it, it's there, shaping reality in ways we can barely fathom. And here's the kicker. This force doesn't just drift aimlessly, it moves with intention. It's as if the entire universe is woven together by invisible threads of pure purpose, creating a tapestry so intricate that every heartbeat, every star, every whisper of wind through the trees is a deliberate stroke in a masterpiece beyond our understanding. Think about that for a second. Every single thing that exists, from the towering mountains to the waves crashing against the shore, was stitched into reality with purpose, including you. Throughout history, wise souls have tapped into this connection, not just to understand it, but to clear away the noise, the static that clouds our link to this source. Because here's the truth: our connection to this field of intention is never broken. It's just a matter of how clear or cluttered the signal is. So the question isn't whether you're connected. You are. The real question is, how in tune are you? How much are you letting distractions distort the frequency? Because the clearer your resonance, the more effortlessly you can access the limitless potential of this field. And when that happens, well, let's just say life stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a symphony. Imagine this whole thing as a grand cosmic dance, a symphony of endless possibilities. When you're in sync with the source of intention, something extraordinary happens. You tap into its power. You become more than just a bystander in life. You turn into a vessel for miracles, a channel for healing, a magnet for the abundance that always seemed just out of reach. Suddenly, the right people, the right moments, the right opportunities show up, like clockwork. Not by accident, but by design. It's as if the universe itself is setting the stage, placing everything exactly where it needs to be. After all, this source isn't just some abstract force. It's the birthplace of stars, the architect of galaxies, the cradle of every living thing that has ever been. It doesn't just watch the flow of life. It orchestrates it, weaving together events with a precision so flawless, it can only be divine. And here's the invitation. Today, we step into the art of reconnecting with intention, not just touching it, but guarding it, keeping it pure, untouched by the wear and tear of time. Think about it. The way we see the world shapes what the world becomes. Even Einstein, one of the greatest minds to ever walk this earth, boiled it down to a single, powerful question. Do I live in a friendly or hostile universe? That's it. That's the choice. And here's the kicker. Whichever answer you lean toward, you'll find proof for it everywhere. If you expect to see anger, conflict, and betrayal, the world will be all too happy to deliver. But if you believe in kindness, connection, and possibility, well, suddenly, life has a way of reflecting that back to you too. The real twist? When you shift your perception, reality itself changes. But let's be honest. When life gets messy, our instinct is usually to look outward for solutions. We scan the horizon, searching for answers in people, circumstances, or sheer luck, when, in reality, the answer has been inside us the whole time, waiting to be noticed. That's why this connection with intention matters. It's not about creating something new. It's about keeping the signal clear, untangled from the rust and static of doubt, fear, and distractions. Imagine intention as a river flowing through you, pure, strong, steady. Your job isn't to force it or fight it or try to reshape it into something else. Your only task? Keep it clear. Remove the debris. Let it flow. That's it. Because when you do, those once impossible roadblocks start to dissolve. What once felt heavy becomes light. What seemed unsolvable finds its own resolution. And that brings us here, to the choice that lies in your hands. There are two paths. One leads outward, chasing answers in the shifting tides of the external world. The other leads inward, into the depths of your own being, where intention, purpose, and limitless potential have been quietly waiting for you all along. Picture your imagination as a vast, untouched canvas, every brushstroke shaping the world you step into. This canvas doesn't argue, doesn't resist. It simply mirrors whatever you paint upon it. Dream big, and it stretches to hold your vision. Doubt yourself, and it folds in on itself, shrinking to fit those fears. The secret? Don't explain. Don't justify. Just create. What's woven inside you is yours and yours alone. No need for permission, no need for validation. It's your masterpiece, your sanctuary, your private universe where reality bends to your design. But here's the thing. To sculpt your world, you've got to step away from the noise. Cut the strings of expectation, silence the echo of opinions that aren't your own, and trust yourself as the sole architect of your destiny. Now, let's talk about attention, because where you place it determines whether you're the artist or just another sketch on someone else's easel. When your focus is subjective, you own your vision. You call the shots. You shape the clay with your own hands. But when your focus is objective, you become the product of other people's voices, molded by their fears, their doubts, their limitations. Which one sounds like freedom? So when you set an intention, anchor it deep within you. Hold on to it, like a lighthouse in the storm, unwavering, unshaken. Don't let skepticism creep in and erode your resolve. Don't let whispers of impossibility or talk of cost and difficulty steal your momentum. Your dreams are like stars, distant maybe, but always shining. Let the world cast its shadows if it must. Your constellations remain untouched. But let's be real. There's a force that's been running the show in most people's minds for far too long. It's called the ego, and it's got a lot to say. It'll tell you that who you are depends on what you have, what you do, and how others see you. It'll convince you that you're separate. Separate from others, separate from abundance, separate from the divine. And before you know it, you're running in circles, chasing approval, measuring yourself against standards that were never yours to begin with. Most of us were raised to believe that our worth is something to be earned, achieved, collected like trophies on a shelf. But what if that's a lie? What if, instead of surrendering to the old script, I'm stuck, I'm powerless, this is just how it is, you flipped the narrative? What if you embraced the paradigm of possibility? Now let's be clear, this isn't some fairy tale shortcut where problems vanish overnight. It's not about snapping your eye, fingers, and making pain disappear. But it is about shifting the stage, rewriting the playbook. It's about choosing to see through a different lens, one where, with the divine, all things are possible. This isn't magic. It's a realignment, a recalibration, a decision to turn walls into doors, obstacles into stepping stones, fixed beliefs into a blank canvas ready for something new. And once you start, you'll see that this shift, this simple yet profound shift, changes everything. Think of it like a dance. Your thoughts moving in sync with the rhythm of the universe. Step by step, beat by beat, you're shaping your reality with every move you make. Now, imagine a world where anything is possible, where doors appear the moment you believe they will. Sounds incredible, right? Well, that's not just wishful thinking. It's a mindset, a way of being. And let me tell you, once you tap into it, there's no going back. Life throws punches. It always does. A family crisis, a financial storm, a setback that feels like it's come out of nowhere. But here's the thing. Your approach doesn't have to change just because the scenery does. Instead of sinking into worry, you plant a different kind of thought. A thought that whispers, I've got this. I may not see the way yet, but it's there. Solutions exist beyond my line of sight, and I'm open to finding them. That's possibility, thinking. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about facing them with a different lens. It's about recognizing that every roadblock has a hidden doorway, every challenge carries a lesson wrapped inside. It's a shift from limitation to expansion, from I can't to what if. But there's more to it than just mindset. You've gotta be in alignment. Think of excuses like static on a radio, cutting off your connection to something greater. When you're out of tune, everything feels like an uphill battle. But here's the truth. You came into this world from a place of pure harmony. You arrived already aligned, already whole. So why wait until your last breath to remember that? Einstein once said, "I want to learn to think like God thinks." Now that's a powerful idea. And at its core, alignment. It's syncing your thoughts with the vast intelligence of the universe, harmonizing your mind with the melodies of creation. Some call it God, others call it the divine mind, the source, the infinite. No matter the name, it's the same force. One that doesn't entertain excuses, never grows weary, and believes in possibilities without hesitation. So, if you want to step into that space, you have to reflect that same energy. Not through struggle, but through trust. Not through resistance, but through flow. That doesn't mean you let life walk all over you. It means you move like water, strong yet flexible, adapting without losing your essence. And here's the real kicker. These aren't just nice ideas to think about. They're doorways to something real, something life-changing. They invite you to see the world differently, to stop viewing challenges as barriers and start seeing them as stepping stones, to shift your inner world until it vibrates in tune with something much bigger than you. And above all, don't let other people's opinions define what's possible for you. If this message resonates with you, don't just sit on it, take action. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And hey, drop a comment below. Tell me what hit home for you, what you're taking with you from this. Thanks for being here. Take care, and I'll see you next time.